Hi everyone, this is Athena from Courage Coaching. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, I'm going to focus on what is known as self-silencing. It is something that a lot of people do that leads to mental and sometimes physical illness. Now, what does self-silencing mean? Well, it's the tendency to engage in compulsive caretaking, people-pleasing, and not expressing oneself. Most often, people that self-silence do this in order to preserve a significant relationship. And this happens in relationships that are mostly dysfunctional. We self-silence ourselves when we are in a relationship with somebody who has a personality disorder or some other mental illness, where we feel scared of that person, where our voice does not matter. Generally, while both men and women self-silence, women are the ones that are more socialized to do so, especially in intimate relationships. And it is basically a societal norm that women need to be unselfish, very compassionate, very loving, and to be people pleasers. So in order for them to ensure that a relationship remains intact, they constantly censor themselves and they don't voice their true opinion. They don't tell the other person how frustrated they are or how alone they feel. They keep this to themselves in order to make sure that their relationship is an easy one. But the problem is that if you are not authentically the person that you are supposed to be and you constantly silence that part of yourself, this will eventually lead to mental illness, to anxiety, to depression, and it will also lead to autoimmune disease, which is something that Gabor Mate has spoken about a lot in his books and in his lectures. Now, it is not unusual for a woman to grow up in a family that has taught her to self-silence. And in this way, the family may be really loving. It may not actually be dysfunctional or as toxic as a family with a narcissistic parent could be. But because of society, because of how their parents brought them up, they will teach their children, their daughters, that it's important to be a good girl, that it's important to have good manners, that it's important to always listen and always help others and care for others. It is important for a young girl to be sensitive towards others and to not expect too much, but to offer. Now, of course, not every child feels comfortable doing this. There are a lot of children out there who have their own strong personality and they don't want to be put in a box of being this caregiving, kind, girl, loving girl. They may want to be a tomboy. They may have strong opinions. They may want to go and play and not do any of those things. And they will be punished if they aren't that good girl, if they aren't that sensitive girl. The problem is, this is not right. Every child, female or male, needs to be allowed to be authentically who they are. Otherwise, they are suppressing their true self, and this will lead to illness. Now, fear is the primary reason that young girls, young women, do not use their voice authentically in relationships. They may have low self-esteem, and because of this, they may hide their feelings to prevent being rejected. They may be financially dependent on their partners. So for that reason, they may choose to suppress their thoughts and their feelings rather than threaten the relationship. So there may be a lot of reasons why a woman or a partner may decide to do this in an intimate relationship. Now, what are 10 signs that you are somebody who self-silences? Number 1, you are influenced by others' opinions more than your own. Number 2, you don't really know how you truly feel because you are so focused on other people's feelings. Number 3, you feel responsible for other people's feelings a lot of the time. Number 4, you don't speak up in an intimate partnership because of fear of conflict. Number 5, you find it really hard being yourself in an intimate relationship. Number 6, you may look happy on the surface, but underneath you are feeling angry and agitated. Number 7, you constantly have a fear of appearing too selfish. Number 8, you are consistently putting your partner or other people's needs before your own. Number 9, you feel that your partner doesn't know your true self. And number 10, you never measure up to the standards that you set yourself. Now, when a person consistently self-silences themselves, this will create identity confusion. This will create unnecessary stress and anxiety. This will make a person experience a loss of self. They don't know who they are. Depression is one of the most common results of silencing oneself. And this was research done by a psychologist in Harvard known as Dana Jack. Dana Jack actually created a Silencing the Self scale, a self-report which includes 31 statements. And this scale reflects the different relational beliefs that are held by depressed women. Self-silencing in general helps to explain the huge gender gap in psychiatric disorders of depression and eating disorders. It is usually women that are consistently diagnosed with these conditions at higher rates than men. If you have experienced this, then please feel free to share. And if you have any questions at all, then please feel free to send me an email to courageisallyounneed@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your attention to this video, and I will see you very, very soon.